One of the songs he broke down was Black Hole Sun by Soundgarden.
Hello, this is Matt Cameron, and this is Black Hole Sun by Soundgarden.
So in this video, we're going to dive deeper into the sections that Matt covered in his video. We're going to talk about the verse groove, the chorus groove, the odd time section, and the famous drum fill that he plays later in the song. So right now, let's start with the verse. So when you watch Matt play this section, you'll notice that there's lots of nuances and subtle details that he adds, particularly a bunch of ghost notes on the snare drum, some other little drum fills and stuff that he adds, but we want to focus on a simplified version of this that you can use through the whole section. So we're going to be playing over here on the hi-hats, and the most important part of this groove is the hi-hat opening that's played as a full quarter note value. And that's something that when you hear this groove, you immediately know that it's Black Hole Sun. So that's one thing. We're going to copy the same bass drum pattern that Matt plays, and we're going to copy all the backbeats that he plays as well. And at the end of this 4-bar section, there's also a drum fill that ends over here on the floor toms. So let's try this now slowly, and let's see how this sounds. And now let's try this a little bit quicker. Here we go. So now that you've got the part up to album speed, you're going to get to play along with Matt Cameron himself. Feel free to add in some of the finer details that he's playing, like the ghost notes and the extra stuff on the hi-hats and all that, or feel free to just play exactly what we've worked on together. Here we go. Now we're jumping ahead to the chorus of the song, and here Matt again is on the ride cymbal. He's playing a little bit washier here, so when you're playing these parts, you can really dig into the edge of the ride cymbal, get that washy sound. And like we did in the verse, we're gonna strip back some of the finer details here. Matt's playing a lot of ghost notes. We're not gonna worry about that right now. We wanna focus on the bass drum pattern that Matt's playing. We want to focus on that 8th note ride cymbal pattern with the washy sound. And we're going to include 2 fills in this part that Matt plays. The first one's at the end of the second bar where we're moving from the snare up to the rack tom. And the second one is at the end of the 4-bar phrase. That's moving down here to the floor toms. So let's try this slowly right now. Here we go. Now let's try this a bit faster. And now that you've got the part up to album speed, you're gonna get to play along with Matt Cameron. You will notice he's playing a bit more on the ride cymbal, on the bow, and on the edge. Feel free to pick up some of those details and try them out, or you can just stick with what we've worked on already. Now we're moving on to my favorite part of the song. This is where we get into some odd time signatures, and you can think of this as alternating bars of 5/4 and 4/4, or you can think of this as a longer phrase of 9/4. Totally up to you how you want to think about this. What's cool about this groove is Matt's playing over here on the ride cymbal bell, so it's got this really piercing sound that's different from some of the other parts in the song. And what's also cool about this groove is how Matt uses the toms to kind of signal into the second half of the groove. So lots of stuff happening in here. We're gonna be washing on the ride a little bit. There's some crash accents. Right now, let's try this at a slow tempo. Here we go. And now let's try that a little bit quicker. And now that you've got this part fully up to speed, we're gonna play along with Matt. And some things you will notice about his part are the ghost notes he's adding in. He's changing up the ride cymbal a little bit, adding and subtracting some notes. There's a few drum fills that he plays, and also the left foot is kind of going through the whole section. So pay attention to what Matt's playing. Feel free to try some of those ideas out. Here's Matt. Now, one thing you'll notice in this song is that Matt has a lot of really cool drum fills, usually at the ends of the verses. And there's one drum fill in particular I wanted to break down for this video, and it happens right before the final chorus of the song. This is the drum moment in the song, in my opinion. We start with a big flam on the snare, then we go into a triplet figure on the toms that involves the kick drum, and then the final few notes are over here on the floor tom with the bass drum. And the trickiest part of it is playing that triplet figure because the bass drum isn't right at the end of the triplet, it's right in the middle. So pay attention to that, work on this slowly, and right now let's try this together at a slow tempo. So hopefully you're getting the hang of this drum fill by now after looping it a bunch of times. We're gonna keep doing this. We're gonna increase the tempo a little bit. Let's try that now. And lastly, let's try this along with Matt Cameron. Well, there it is. That's Black Hole Sun by Soundgarden, one of the biggest songs of the 90s. And this is just a drum anthem. There's so many parts in this song that are iconic for drummers to learn. And it's so cool that we got to practice this together and get some of these parts happening on the kit. So spend some time with this, work on each part slowly, work your way up in tempo, and try playing along to the song. And you can also spend some time on your own getting into some of those details, try adding in some ghost notes, try adding in some more of the fills. You can also just improvise and have some fun with this and see what happens when you play it on your own kit. So thanks so much for watching. Let us know if you need help down in the comments. We'd love to help you out there. And with that, we'll see you in the next video. Cheers.